Also fam, in today's tutorial, we are going to be making the Sonos One speaker. Don't waste much of your time. Let's get to it. Alright, so what I've just done here is I pretty much went to online to search for images of the Sonos speaker. You can get most of the best images from Amazon. Just type it in. I also got some from the website. So I'm going to load it into PureRef, which is a free software, and you can download. I think I'll link that in the description. Then what I'll do next is I'm just going to first delete the camera and the light. We don't need that. Now I'm going to go to my front view here. I'm going to press shift A, image, and I want to add in a reference image, just something similar to this. So I'll go to download here. I am going to just scale this cube till it kind of matches, so to say, with this. Nice. Then I'm going to add in another image, shift A again, image, reference, and I'm going to name this. I'm going to search wherever I have it. I think I saved that stop, and I'm going to load reference image. So we have it here. What I'll do is I'm just going to press G Z to bring it up to this point here, and then I'm going to select the plane and then just shift Z till it matches. So GZ to move up. You can press Alt Z, by the way, if you can see. So let's see how that is. Maybe I'll shift it up to about this point a bit, like so. Then we can do manual manipulation in edit mode. So for each of these reference images, I want to just see it from the front, from their perspective alone. So I'll also click show in axis, so I can only see this when I'm looking at front. Then this has a show only in axis, so I can only see this in front view. Alright, so I guess we can start. So I'm going to select the cube. Let's rename this. I'm just going to rename this as speaker. And yeah, so we need to tab into edit mode and we can start straight up. The size of the image is a little bit too big compared to that of the cube. So what I'll do is I'm just going to tab out, select the image, and then just scale till it matches that of the cube, like this. All right, cool. GZ to first move this up. We're still going to move it back just for us to see what we're doing now. So our Z, we have this, and we're going to bevel this down, or maybe not. So we're just going to bevel this to match that of the image we have at the top here. So I'm going to select the cube, and I'm going to do this manually. So before I apply bevels, I like always pressing Ctrl A to apply scale, so everything is uniform. So I'm just going to tab into edit mode now, press 2 to go to edge mode, and I'm going to press Alt Z and select these 4 edges right here. Then go to top view, and I'm just going to press Ctrl B to bevel this, just in case you are not seeing. Press GZ to move this above, and press Alt Z. Then I can just press Ctrl B this time around. Yeah, so you can see it now. So you want to make sure that it matches with the edge here, and then just do it out like so till it basically matches. I think it hasn't yet matched, so let's do that again. I think it should be about this point here. Then if I increase the number of segments, yeah, maybe something like this is the closest. For the number of segments, I'm just going to leave it at maybe 12. That is okay. Then maybe I'll just scale this in like so. All right, cool. So if we go to our front view now, I'm just going to press GZ to bring this back down. So another thing you will notice is if I just hide this speaker, you can see that we have like this front top part, and then we have this bottom part right here. Alt H to bring back the speaker. I'm just going to press tab again to go to edit mode, press Alt Z because I'm going to be needing it a lot. So what I'll do is we want this one to be straight up here, so I'll press 1 to go to vertex mode, and then I'll just click and drag over this area. Don't forget that we have x-ray mode turned on, and I'm just going to press GZ and move it up like so. Alright, nice. Then another thing I'll do is I'm going to select this one as well. Let me press G Z. I just want to bring it here. Then I'm going to press S Shift Z to scale it on the X and Y axis alone, but make sure that everything is selected. So press A to select everything. I'm going to press S Shift Z, and I'm just going to scale like that so that we have something matching to what we have. Go to face select mode by pressing 3, then I'll press Shift D, and then to duplicate this, then what I'll do is I'm just going to press GZ to move it a little bit up, not so much, is what I mean, just a tad up like that, so that there will be a difference. And I'm just going to press E, and then I'm just going to extrude up like so. So we have this, which is nice. And if you like, you can bevel this manually. I'm just going to leave number of segments to 8, nothing really much. Alright, cool. So this is what we have so far. Go to vertex mode and just press shift also select everything here. Then what I'll do is I'm just going to, firstly, I think I should press G to move this part up a bit. It's quite hard seeing from this. It's not front on um in front view or back view, so to say. So I'm just going to press E to extrude this, and I'm just going to scale it down like so, maybe something like this. Then I think I'll still bring this up a bit, still about that corner. So I'm going to select this ring of vertices here, press GZ, and I'm just going to move it up to this point. Just have to play around to have something matching. Then I'll press GZ to bring this one right here. Just bring it here. Then looking at it from here now, so we have this. I think that's way too much, so I'm just going to bring this one down too. Now it's quite hard viewing it from this perspective though, so I'm just going to leave it like so. Let's see how that looks. I'm trying to see if it matches with what I have here. So you have it going straight down, E to extrude, bevel, and then I'm just going to select this face. I'm just going to press E again, and I'm just going to press S. Checking reference images of the bottom view of this online. I'm actually using my phone to check this, so I'm not going to be showing it on the screen. So it's quite round here, and then there's a portion for this side right here where you insert the base that is going to stand. So I'm going to press T to go to face select, and what I'll do is I'm just going to press I to insert a face right here, and I'm just trying to match it to what we have. I think this is good right here. Alright, so maybe what I'll do is I'll just go to face select mode and just select this one right here, and maybe just press E to just extrude it up a bit like so, and maybe select this ring of vertices in face select, and I'm just going to press E. Should we do that? I really can't. Yeah, maybe just press E to extrude this into. Let's see how that looks. Not bad, just little details. And I'm not going to do other parts. I just think this is okay as far as the speaker is concerned. This is where we are so far, so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click shade smooth by angle, and there you go. You see we have this right here. Then I think we can create like the bottom curve for it to stand on. Select these faces right here, not too much. Yeah, from here maybe select this last one here. Then what I want you to do is press shift D, press escape to cancel the circling, the circle tool. Just press shift D to duplicate this, then press P selection. So this is going to make it a separate material right here. So what I want you to do is select this now. You can rename it as stand, because that's what it's going to stand on, and then just press Ctrl Tab to go to your edit mode. Then press Ctrl R to add in a loop cut here. Or before you do that, you can press it select everything. Maybe just reduce the scale a bit like so. Then you can now press maybe increase like that. Then you can now press Ctrl R to add a scale, to add in a loop cut. Now you can just press Ctrl R to add in a loop cut. Then press Ctrl I to invert the selection, and then maybe go to your vertex mode. Let's select that again. Go to your vertex mode by pressing 1, and then press Ctrl I to invert the selection, and then just press delete vertices. So you have this single edge of vertices right here. And then I'm just going to tab out of edit mode, and then I'm just going to right click, convert this to a curve. Then in my curve properties here, I am just going to come to the geometry, and then to the depth under the bevel section, I'm just going to increase the depth a bit, and maybe scale this now, because looking at this I think it's small. I'm going to right click, set origin to geometry, and then I'm just going to scale it, then maybe increase the depth a bit, and then for the resolution I'm just going to use something like 8, and increase the depth again. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, something like this is okay. What other settings? If you want to play around with the extrusion, maybe you want it to come up, something like so, you can do that, but we don't need that, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Then what I'll do is I'm just to right click again, and I'm going to convert this to a mesh. So if you do that now, this is what we have. You can press your slash key to go into your local view, and I'm just going to select this vertices right here by pressing Shift Alt and then clicking on one single vertex. I'm going to press F to fill in the face. I'm just going to press Ctrl B to just bevel this like so. Alright, cool. I think you can repeat the same thing for the back. So select this ring of vertices here, press F to fill in the face, and just bevel it like so. So yeah, then right click, shade mode by angle, come out of your local view by pressing your slash key again, and then we have sort of a base for it. You can increase the scale if you want, and maybe scale it on Z and Z like so. Press GZ to just bring it down. It's just going to serve as that base. So looking at this from side view, yeah, it's just a way to go about it, which is nice. Or maybe you can increase the size of the bevels now that I think about it. But I'm just going to leave it like that. It's probably not even going to show in our scene. Then I'm going to select the mirror modifier. So I'll come to my modifiers panel here and then just search the mirror modifier, and then I'm going to select speaker, and then I'm going to enable the Y as well. So this is what we have. You can still reduce the scale if you want. So yeah, so far so good. So looking at this from front view, let's see how that looks. Yeah, so we have a working speaker. Now if you look at the image again, what you will observe is that this part here is also looking as if it has is splitted or cut through. So it's adding more detail to it, just like this one. So I'm going to press tab again to go into edit mode. Then what I want to do is I'm going to select this ring of vertices here. I'm going to press Shift Alt. Then what I want to do is or maybe what I'll do instead is I'm just going to click and drag over this area. Make sure you're in X-ray mode, and I'm just going to press Y to split this. So pressing Y, you can have this on its own, and it's cool like that, which is very nice. Then maybe what I'll do is I'll select these vertices here and just press GG to move it up like so, very close. All right, nice. So now if you press L, you can see that the part we splitted is the only one that is going to be selected. And you can just press GZ and just move it down a bit like so. Maybe that's too much, so just press GZ and you just want to move it just slightly, which is very nice. So far so good. Now I feel like this part is not more distinct anymore, so maybe we'll return it back, and then it's quite sharp too. Maybe we'll crease this by pressing Shift E. Let's see, it's not showing. Or maybe we'll add in a loop cut. Let me see, let's add in another loop cut here, and let's see how that will look. All right, so cool. I think we are having something that is matching with what we have in our image. Then maybe I will mark this sharp. Let's see. I'm just going to press Ctrl E, mark sharp. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So you can see again in this speaker right here that from this part here to this part there's like a gap for the material that will be adding. So I'm going to tab into edit mode. Then what I will do is if I press L, I know that this is this part right here, and so I'm just going to press Ctrl R to add in a loop cut, and I'm going to be adding it right here. So I'm just going to be dragging it up to about this point. Then if you look down in this image, you're also going to see another one at this point here. So we need another loop cut. So I'm just going to press Ctrl R again, and I'm just going to add another loop cut here. So what I'll do is I'm going to select the base right here, and then just press Ctrl A to apply the mirror modifier. Then I'm going to select it and shift click on the speaker, Ctrl P, object, keep transform, and I'm just going to go to my front view now, and I'm going to press GZ to move this. You can hold down Control above this grid line right here. Alright, so I don't think we need our reference images again, so I think I will just delete them, or probably instead of deleting, I'm going to press M to move them into I'm just going to call this, what can I call it, reference. I'm going to move this into the reference collection. Now that's not spelling of reference. So I'm just going to click OK, and I'm going to select this other one too and just bring it into this collection. Then I'm going to uncheck it. So yeah, so the images are there. Move this one into it as well. All right, nice. Now you before we continue adding in materials, and if I press N now to bring my sidebar here, and I come to this selecting the speaker, coming to the item, what you observe is that the dimensions of this speaker are way too big. One thing I've discovered with Blender is if you're trying to light any product realistically, the best way to do is to keep it at your real world scale. So this is 3 meters by 3 meters and a 12. And when I searched online, I think the dimensions of the Sonos speaker is about 16 by 12 by 12. So what I'll do is I'm just going to come to this unit here first, and I want to change this from um, meters to centimeters so I know where I'm at. Then I'm just going to press S, and I'll keep scaling this till about 12 centimeter on the Z axis. So I'm just going to press shift. Yeah, so we are about that point, somewhere close. Maybe I'll just leave it at something like this. Yeah, so we just know that though it might not be perfect, but we know that this is closer to the reward scale, which is what we want. And I can just press Alt G to bring this back to the cursor, and then all the word origin. Then I'm just going to bring it to this view. So I'm just going to press Ctrl Z to bring it up like so. And yeah, this is what we have. So now we can start adding materials and other stuff. So what I'll do is I'm just going to press Shift A to drag up like this, and I'm going to use um, this right here. I really never knew the names of this. I think I should at this point. I'm just going to click on the viewport shading, and we're just going to change this from the timeline to the shader editor because we're about to start adding in materials. So I'm just going to drag up so we can start now. So I'm going to select the speaker. Now looking at our reference image, this is going to have two materials actually. One material for this part right here, another material for this part right here. So we're going to have like um, two materials. So the first material is simple, it's pretty much a black material. So I'm going to select the base color, click on this eyedropper here, and then just select this black so you can see we have it there. Then maybe I'll increase the value up a bit and reduce the roughness to have something like this, which is super cool. Then what I'll do next is I'm going to create another material where I'll have to tab into edit mode. So don't forget that we still have these two parts selected. So we're going to create a new material for these two. So just come to your materials tab here, click on this plus to add in a new material. Then I'm going to click new. Then I'm just going to rename this as maybe speaker thread or something. And I'm going to assign this material to this right here. So if I tab out, you can see this is what we have. Now we can start trying to achieve this kind of effect. So for this, you can actually just use a normal map to like generate a texture and make something similar to this, but we don't have that time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be using some procedural textures to achieve an effect that is similar to this. Before we go on though, we might have to go to our edit mode again, and then we want to create some seams that we can use to unwrap this. What I'll do now is I'm just going to press L again to select this link selection. Then I'm going to press P to make it its own separate material. So P selection. So I'm just going to select these two edges right here. So this is front view, and where we want it to be is at the back view. So make sure you are in the back view actually. Thank God I noted that. Just going to shift click on this area too, and I'm just going to press Ctrl E, and then I'm going to mark seam. So if you press go to your UV editing tab right here, I'm just going to select or press U and then just unwrap it like that. So all of the textures are going to be applied to this material right here. All right, nice. So we can go back to our layout and we can start adding materials to this. So what I'll do is I'm just going to press Ctrl T on this principled BSDF node, and we are going to be adding in some node. Now just in case you are not able to do what I just did, it's probably because you don't have use node turned on one, and then come to your edit preferences, you also have to enable the node wrangler add-on. Yeah, probably said this a number of times. I'm not going to say it in the next tutorial. So just turn this on, and yeah, you're good to go. So now we're not going to be using an image texture, so I'm going to delete this. What we're going to be using instead is a magic texture. So I'm just going to type texture, magic texture. I'm going to connect the vector to this, and then where we want to put this actually, so if I bring this down, is we are going to be connecting this to the normal value. So what I want you to do is just um just click on the color and drag it like this, then select a normal map. I'm just going to select a normal map, and then I want to plug this to the color, and then I'm just going to click this into the normal. So when we do that, you can see this is what we have. Something doesn't seem to be right, which is that the texture is supposed to be evenly textured, but you can see, for instance, if I increase this to 20, it seems like we have not gotten the UV editing done properly. So I'm just going to go back to my UV editing tab right here. We need to find the reason for that, and I think the reason is because at the front here we mistakenly selected this as a seam as well, which is supposed to be only these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press Ctrl E, and I'm just going to clear seam, press A, and then I'm just going to press U to unwrap. You may not have the same problem as me, you might have done it perfectly. So this is what we have, and then we have these two parts right here, which is this, which is very, very nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press Y V, or I'm just going to press G rather, and I'm just going to bring this right here. So this is not going to be textured at all, so I'm just going to like reduce the scale and everything, or you can even make this a separate material, doesn't mean. And so if I go back to my layout now, I'm just going to click and drag out to create a new window here. Then we don't have a camera, so we need to add in a camera now. So I'm just going to press Shift A, add in a camera, and I'm just going to press Ctrl Alt number pad 0 to bring it to this view. So let's see, I'm just going to press Ctrl Alt number pad 0 to bring it to this view, and then I'm going to select this camera, and I'm just going to press G to drag out like so. Then maybe bring it on the Y, move it along the Y like this. Alright, cool. So if I select this area, I'm going to change the viewport shading to rendered view. And what I want to do now is I'm going to change this from EV to cycles. Then I'm going to be lighting our scene with an HDRI light. So I'm just going to select the background, press Ctrl T, and I'm going to be using abandoned sleep way for the HDRI. So I'm just going to come here and I'll click OK, which is nice. So we have this HDRI light in our scene for now. So what I want to do is I'm going to select the speaker again, come to my object here, and I'm just going to add in a color ramp. So I'm just going to press Shift A, and I'm going to add in a color ramp. So I'm going to put this right here. So when we do that now, you can see it's starting to look like what we want right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this maybe close, something like this, so I have more of the white values, something similar. So I have the dark part here, the white part here. So for the scale, I'm going to increase it to something like 15. Let's see how that looks. Or judging by the image, it's probably more than 50. So let's use something like 100. Yeah, that's close. So I'm just going to stop at 100, or maybe you can even go further. It's all left to you. Like seriously. Yeah, I think 200 is a little bit too much. Let's stop at 120 or so. Yes, so you can see it's quite similar to what we have. So what I'll do is maybe I'll turn this white value right here to something that is like kind of gray. Now if you do that, it's going to affect normals, so this has to be pure white. So let me put it here, let me put the pack. So maybe what I'll do is this right, instead I'll make it dark gray. Let's see. And yeah, then for the color, you can see it's white. Let me see if I change it to yeah, I think it's the color I can use instead. So I'm going to use dark gray, so to say, and then for the roughness I am just going to like um, reduce the roughness. So you can see now that we have something that is quite similar to what we had in this image right here. Now I think you can see this Sonos part here, and I think we need to UV unwrap this part also. Let me show you. We need to UV unwrap the top so we can have textures applied here, and also we need to do that of the front as well. So we need to do for this. So I'm just going to do that now. So we need one here, so I'm going to select this part here, and it's quite simple actually. We just need a place to give this a seam, which might be nice. So you can see the back here, but don't worry about that, nobody's going to see it. Or maybe what I'll do probably is just select this by going to face select. Let's select this part, and I'm going to select this face, and I'm going to assign the first material to it. So let me drag that. I'm going to give it this material right here. So yeah, we have something like this. So far so good, isn't that cool? You can see that texture right there. And maybe what I'll do now is I'm going to give this speaker a solidify modifier, just to give it some thickness and prevent light from just hitting. And I think I need to do the same for others as well. Solidify just by 1 centimeter. Select the base as well, this right here. Okay, I think this is part of it. Now I'm going to select this as well, and I'm going to give it the first material. Then I don't think it needs to be solidified. So yeah, that's just it. So far so good. Now we can go to like texturing and of UV unwrapping this part right here, but I think this is not quite dark enough, so I need to select that dark value again. Yeah, I think this is okay. So this is where we are currently. So I don't think we need to like add texture or anything to this, but I'm probably going to do that, and I'll see you in a sec. Alright, so we just have those two textures done, but I think this is way too big, so I might reduce the scale. You can just bring the image here, so I'm going to press L for this, and then I'm just going to scale it out, not too much, but just scale, and then select this as well. Just press S to scale. So let's see how that looks. Alright, cool. So we just have those tiny detail there. Now we can just light this in and call it a day. I'm so sorry this took so long, guys. I'm very sorry. So the camera perspective is supposed to be at the front view. So I'm just going to press Ctrl Alt number plus 0 to bring it to that view, and I'm going to press the camera, select the camera. I'm just going to press G and hold down my middle mouse button. I'm just going to drag out like so. Alright, so now we can start lighting our scene like. Alright, so I guess we can add in a plane now to serve as our infinite background. But before I go on, you can see that the shading here is not quite good enough. You can see some dark parts. So what I'll do is I'm just going to tab into edit mode, select this part, and make sure I'm in my front view here. I'm just going to press Ctrl R, and I'm going to just add in some loop cuts just to have a good shading. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, 34 is not bad at all. Maybe I'll increase it even more. Just want it to be perfect. So increase it till you have something. Yeah, that is good enough. So I have something like this, and I think the shading has improved greatly. Alright, cool. So what I'm just going to do now is we can start adding in the plane. So I'm just going to press Shift A, and I'm going to add in a plane. And honestly, you can just leave it like this, and maybe scale it 2 times more. Tab into edit mode. In your edge mode, select this edge, EZ. Just want like an infinite background. And I'm just going to press Ctrl B to bevel this, which is nice. Now I'm just going to right click shade smooth by angle. So this is what we have. Now don't forget that we're still using the word light, which is the HDRI light our scene. So I think we can add in our own light now. So I'm going to change this to 0. Then what I want to do is, for now I'm going to use EV, but for the final render I'm going to change it to cycles. So because cycles at the moment seems to be lagging my laptop, and I don't want you to see a tutorial that is lagging. So I'm just going to change this to the viewport shading. So we have shading. So we have EV right here, and what I would do is I'm just going to add in the first light, which is a spotlight. So I'm just going to press Shift A and add in an area light. Then you can come to your side wherever you want it, select the light, R -5, bring it here. Now also, before we go on, I think the camera view is not at the front. Is it at the front view? Let's see. Okay, it's at the front. So yeah, we're okay. So now I'm just going to grab this up like so. Don't forget this is AV. We're still going to change this to cycles when we're done. Then I'm just going to bring it around here, then rotate like so, and I'm going to set the power of this to something like, let's say, 500 watts. I think this is about the point we should go to cycles, because I may not be able to see what I'm doing. So let me change this to cycles now, and then for the pass-per-2 value of the camera, let me set it to 1. So I'm going to select the camera, come to my settings here, and the pass-per-2 value, I'm going to change it to 1. Alright, so and then I'm going to change this to cycles. So let's see, and then I'm going to turn on viewport denoise, number of samples, and yeah, that is it. So this is cycles right now, and the power is 500, which is way too much, so let's use 200, and then maybe take it far away a bit, something like this, or maybe 100 watts we even do. Yeah, so we have that. Don't forget, we're still going to use the HDRI light that will turn to 0. So yeah, this is what we have. Then I'm going to select the light. I'm going to use nodes. Then I just want to add in a bit of a gradient texture to this to make it even um, dynamic, just like a photographer's light. So I'm just going to press Shift A, and I'm going to change this to gradient, and I'm just going to bring this here like so. Just maybe not really show, but it's going to make a whole lot of difference. Then maybe I can change this to a spotlight instead. It really works well with this sort of a setup, so to say. Then I want it to be in the color. Yeah, actually in the color. Then I can press Shift A and add in a color ramp, and then just bring it in between here. Mess with the black and white values. You can see that is making it have effects like so. Let me bring this one in, just to not have even lighting like so. Let me press R and then just bring it here. Let's come to top view. Let's see that. Yeah, something like this. Then you can play with the beam shape. Let's see if we'll use 1. It's going to be 0. Let's use something like 20. Yeah, maybe 20 is okay. And bring it. Press R again. You just want to shift it to sort of the midpoint there. Yeah, maybe increase dark values. Then you can change the mapping from um, points to texture, and then you can play around with the rotation. Let's see if I use something like 90 here. Yeah, you can see it's different. You can just play around with the values. Trust me, it's going to make a whole lot of difference when we render this out. So we have the spotlight lighting the scene there. Maybe we'll increase it to something like 20 watts or 200, sorry. And then what I'll do is I'm going to just add in another light now to save ourselves time of just adding light and stress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this light, the spotlight, come to my object constraint, track to, and I'm going to track it to this speaker right here. So it's going to see. So now if I just come to my top view here and press Shift D to duplicate this light, it's going to track it to this object. Then I'm going to change this from a spotlight to an area light. I'm going to reduce the power because this is going to serve as our fill light to something like 50, and you may not necessarily use the same gradients light that we just used. And maybe press G to bring it closer, something like that will do. Now let me hide the spotlight to see where we are at. So if I hide this now, because we want something similar to this, yeah, so this is just hitting at the top. Maybe I'll bring this in closer. Then using blender light linking feature, I just wanted to hit this top part here. So what I'll do is I'm going to select the light, come to my object properties, under shading, light linking. I'm just going to select the object I want to link. which is this top part here. Let me see what's the name. Speaker 04. Just the fact that I've duplicated too much. So I'm just going to select speaker 04 here, and I'm just going to click it into the light linking. I'm going to click new for um we select the light, click new, and then drag this speaker 04 into this thing. So this particular light is only going to be lit by this one right here. So if I press Alt H to bring back the spotlight that we had, so you can see it's lightening it, but it's only this one right here. If I hide it again, that is lighting this scene, which is very nice. I think I need another light to just light this. Do we need a light for the base? Actually, no, I don't think we do. So I'm just going to stick with those two lights, and I'm going to hide this one too for now. Then I'm going to add in another light to serve as our backlight. So I'm just going to press Shift A, and I'm just going to select a point light instead. Then I'm going to press G to bring it to the back here. GY, and I'm just going to bring it to the back. And then press GZ to move it up. Alright, so this is going to serve as our backlight, and I'm just going to set it to something like 20. Doesn't have to be too much. And boom. So now if I press Alt H to bring back all the lights, this is what we have now. That backlight is a little bit too much, so 5 should be okay. Let's see. Then I'll press G, not hide. Let's press G Z to just bring it down like so. And then this spotlight, I don't think it's working, so I'm going to change it back to an area light for me. Let's see how that looks. Not bad. Alright, so maybe reduce the power of this as well to something like 150 or so. Think like it's too much. Alright, so cool. Now finally we can now use the HDRI light to blend everything together. So I'm going to change this to something like 0.7. Let's see how that looks. Boom, perfect. So the only issue I'm still having right now is this point light right here. So maybe let me scale the background and perhaps reduce the radius. Is it radius? Let me see if I hide this. Yeah, I think the point light is not actually working for me. That's the problem. I don't think we need the backlight, to be sincere, so I'm just going to leave it like this. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like this sort of new format, let me know which product you like to see me model. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.